Hello and welcome to part one of my... What is this game? Impact Winter. To part one of my Impact Winter Let's Play. Of course, you know, I did the prologue video, which was the tutorial, but this is the actual beginning of the real game. Choose a path. Your adventure begins. Working as a team is an important part of the Impact Winter experience. However, each member also has his own solitary path for you to explore. Determine the skills and rewards you'll receive. Explore each path as you choose to find the best survival strategy. Hey kid, how'd you like to Hey kid, how'd you like to learn some new survival skills? Truth is, I'm too old to be out there adventuring, but I think you'd make a good student. We might even be able to track the elusive white bear up in the mountains. Things stole some of my supplies. Let's start with something simple, eh? There's a tent in the storage you can use to set up a base camp out in the void. Take this notebook too. Got a few instructions for later. It also shows suggestions for where to build that campsite. I also added a few signpost markers to storage. They always point towards the church, so place them in the snow and use them if you ever get lost in the whiteout. Saved my life a few times. Blaine's story, learning to survive. Blaine has offered to teach you his survival skills. Your first objective is to take the tent from storage and place it in one of the designated locations. Blaine has also left some signpost markers to place on your travels if you choose. Sounds pretty scary outside. Please be careful, Jacob. Hello, Jacob. Have you come to help? My list of recipes could do with expanding, but honestly, my mind's not what it used to be, so I could do with finding my old recipe book and getting some practice. Alright, Wendy, I understand. We'll get you that recipe book. Here's the key to my house. Take it with you and travel east to my old home on Maple Street. Once inside, you'll be able to use that key to unlock any room. If you can find my recipe book and bring it back to me, I should be able to expand my cookery list. Then, the more recipes I cook, the more we will have available to us. New recipes. That radio message has left me feeling inquisitive. I wonder who or what is out there. Or what? Do you think it's aliens? What are you thinking, Jacob? Jacob, Kristoff. What are you thinking, Kristoff? Kristoff, what you thinking? Jacob, have you heard of Bird Tech Dynamics? Yeah. 2 years ago, I hacked into their mainframe and found encrypted files for some kind of advanced robotics program. Yeah, like the robot you found? Then, after the asteroid hit, I discovered this little BD-750 robot packaged in a crate close to their HQ. I call him Eggo Light. The technology is unlike anything I've ever seen before. Seems to utilize some kind of advanced particle fission. Really? Anyway, this could be a great opportunity to upgrade Eggo Light's firmware and participate in some field training. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to run many tests myself, as we're learning as we go. Let's start with Eggo Light's sonar scanner and thermo drill, shall we? There's a Bird Tech van located to the north that I used as a landmark to bury some emergency components nearby. I won't tell you where I buried the components. Search around and see if you can find them. Check the crafting list and make sure you bring back the correct items for my firmware level 1 upgrade. And Jacob, if you have any C4 or handmade explosives, use them to blow open those Vertec vans. I've reprogrammed Eggo Light to use the van's tracker device, which should lower the rescue timer. Say, Jacob, how'd you like the idea of helping me upgrade this place? I'm thinking if you're going to be traveling around the void, it makes sense to keep the church in working order while you're away, right? The more we can upgrade this place, the less you'll have to worry about us being safe and warm while you're gone. Good place to start is that fire. I say we find a way to keep it running longer. Think we're going to need some kind of furnace. I've got plans in my head. I've got a plan in my head of the parts we'll need, so maybe you can go gather the supplies. Bring them back, and I'll get to work on the upgrade. Feel free to find the parts yourself, but I think there used to be some dumpsters near St. Clarence Park that could be a good place to start. Firing the furnace. Alright, so I usually start by heading north once I get out. The first stranger you usually run into in the void is usually right around here. He doesn't look like he's here right now. That's pretty standard. You don't usually run into him right away. But he's usually there digging in the snow. He's lost his supplies, and he wants you to use Eggo Light sonar drill scan thing to look for them. Oh, wow. Basically, this is talking about how when you open up things and look inside, like this van, the various supplies will have a green dot next to them if there's something that's on a list of things you need. Whereas, you know, they'll have a red dot if... Let me think. How does it work? They have a red dot if they're on a list of supplies you need, but you don't have them. Excuse me. But they have a green dot if they're on the list of supplies you need and you already have one in your inventory. Excuse me a minute. Sorry about that. So, yeah, when you open up your menu, if you're looting a box or whatnot, and there's a supply there that you need, that you've got marked on your list, like, oh, I'm looking for this right now, it'll have a red dot next to it. Red dot. Oh, that's what you need, and you don't have it. But if you've already got it, the dot will be green. Like, well, you already got this, so you don't really need it. Sure, it's on the list of things you need, but you don't particularly need it right now. The Eggo Light menu. The Eggo Light menu details important game information, from the items Eggo Light is carrying, inventory, to the stats and details of your team. Pay careful attention to the Eggo Light battery level. Not only does it drain over time, but it will also lower as Eggo Light's features are used. Give me just a moment. What was that, buddy? Your phone's at 15%? Here's the charger cable, buddy. Andrew. Andrew. Andrew.
I'm thirsty.
You're thirsty? Juice? You want apple juice. Did you ever finish that apple juice box? Andrew, hand me your phone, please. I'm taking a break here, but I need to get back to my video. Like, I don't have a way of pausing this or whatnot. Like, I can't stop recording and then restart recording. I'm not that advanced. I'm just using the PlayStation's system. So, you know.
When I'm a grown-up, Dad.
Yes, Andrew.
I want to make videos.
I know you do, and we will. You and I are going to make some videos together in a bit. Like,
Yeah, but while I'm a kid.
yes, yeah, I mean while you're a kid. I don't have another headset right now, but I'm going to get another headset. And once I do, we're going to do things like play like Goose Game and stuff together. Okay?
Yeah, even Pac-Man.
Yeah, if you want to do a Let's Play of Pac-Man, sure, I'll let you do that. Now, there is apple juice in your juice box still, so I'd prefer you drink the juice box before I get you anything from the refrigerator, alright? Is that okay? That's not okay? Why is that not okay?
Because I think it's old.
Because it's old. Yeah. Okay, alright. You don't want to drink day-old apple juice that you left out. That's fine. I guess I can sympathize with your position. Is that purple cup clean enough?
Yeah, it's already had apple juice
Already had
I
apple
just
juice in it.
finished it.
Okay. Gotcha. I was wondering where the apple juice in the fridge went. I guess Grandpa gave you some apple juice earlier? Alright, there you go, Andrew. There's some apple juice in that cup now. I'm gonna get back to my video making or whatnot, and yeah, I guess I hope whoever watches this enjoys this brief little interlude. Oh, did I pause the game? Oh, I hope I don't freeze to death or something. Okay, I was in a menu, so radar, blah blah blah. Oh no, the timer's still going, but only after I got out of the tutorial menu thing. Okay. Well, that's nice, I guess. Let's see. Inventory menu, a place for you to view or organize your current inventory. Blah 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 blah. Jacob's stats. Yes, we all know those are Jacob's stats already. Inventory grid, where the items go. Yeah, kind of self-obvious. Jacob's backpack. That's, yeah. So these are where his one-time unlock items go in his backpack. That's like the shoes I was talking about in the tutorial part. The shoes, the gloves, the coat, and various other things you can get. The snowmobile, I guess? No, the snowmobile doesn't go in your backpack. It's just an object on the map that you interact with. Anyway. What we're going to do right now is we're going to place this camping tent over here. Boop. That finishes Blaine's first big event. Next on the list is learning to trap wildlife. We'll start with the basics and try and catch some less dangerous critters. Gonna need rat traps though. I'm gonna try and knock one together. But we're short on supplies. We're gonna need more, and we're gonna need one more. Check the crafting list to see what's needed to build a rat trap and bring the items back to me so I can get crafted. Think Grove Street is nearby, but what's left of it, maybe check some of the old houses for the supplies we need. Toodaloo. So yeah, that's his next quest. Building campsites. Campsites provide a way for Jacob to stay warm, store items, and sleep. Save. While away from the church, campsites can also be upgraded to provide extra functionality. Deposit box. There's basically a deposit box. You put stuff in it, and then when you go to sleep, Eggo Light can bring that stuff back to the church. Whole reason I went over here and set this one up is because I wanted to go ahead and deposit this stuff that I found, because I want Eggo Light to bring it back to the church for me. Alright, we're going to go back down to that bridge now. Finish what I originally started when I set out. Going in the snow. Eggo Light's got his lights on. They're kind of blinding me. Gonna press the button to turn those off. See that over there in the corner? On, off, on, off. Right up there in the corner by the church, so the map signal symbol. Boop, boop. Alright. So this yellow van over here, these yellow vans have a habit of glitching, and sometimes their contents will change. So I always like to loot them whenever I get the chance. Usually where I start, when I start looting stuff, is I'll come up here, loot that little medicine thing, loot the yellow van, loot the red van. Yeah, that's it. Those gas containers that I left in the red van had holes in them, so they had no gas in them. I honestly don't know what the point of them is. I never found a use for them in any of my playthroughs. They're just empty fuel containers. And they're empty because they have holes in them, so they're not usable or anything. Like, you can collect empty water bottles and refill those, which is one of the weird things about this game, is that you can collect empty water bottles that you find and refill them with water that you gather, but when you drink a water bottle that's been filled, it doesn't give you an empty water bottle. It's like you throw out the water bottle that had water in it after you get drinking it, which doesn't make sense to me. I would think they would just go back into the Inventory. One of the stranger parts of this game. Alright. So there he goes. Eggo Light is bringing stuff back to the church. Jacob's regaining energy while he sleeps, but of course, like, his cold's going down and stuff because he's sleeping out here in the cold. I didn't start a fire first. Of course, you know, starting a fire requires items to start a fire. So, yeah. Our next step, Jacob menu. The Jacob menu lets you view important information related to game progression, events, and role achievements. The info submenu allows you to view Jacob's vitals, current rescue timer, and seed tally. So seeds are like currency in this game. It's how you buy stuff from various other people wandering around that want to sell stuff. So yeah. Church stats. This is the church stats. This is like, you know, how much fuel is at the church? Is the fire still running? We got 18 hours and 40 minutes in that fire. Do they have power? Do they have water? How good are the defenses? That kind of thing. As you get various upgrades, those will increase. Also, how much general food and water do they have in the inventory? Which, that looks like a lot, you know, 860, 700, but it's really not. It goes super fast. I forgot the whole reason I went to that menu. Events. The events submenu shows you a list of all the active events. Completing these will award you with RP. Events can be tackled in any order, and some can be tracked. by highlighting and selecting them. Pay attention to different events. Some are more important than others. This area shows information about the event. Blah, 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 obviously. So, you know, it shows how much RP the event rewards, what items you need to collect to achieve the event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change over to Maggie's event. That was the whole reason I came in here. Team menu. Team menu shows you an overview of your team stats, current activity, and skills. Team members can be viewed here. Pay attention to their stats and currently assigned rations. This area shows the current members' activity. It also shows what they are crafting and their assigned roles. The roles submenu shows you the current list of roles you have unlocked, allowing you to keep track of their unlocked status and which ones are currently assigned to a team member. View the stats of each role here. This allows you to see which achievements are still required to unlock the role and its effect. Crafting submenu shows you the team's crafting list. This allows you to see what items are required to complete a chosen build. Think of it as a shopping list while out exploring. The Eggo Light menu. The Eggo Light menu lets you keep track of Eggo Light's various upgrades and features. Here you can see the upgrade stats for each component, as well as the upgrade. As the upgrades are crafted using Griffsoft skills, the boxes will fill accordingly. See details of Eggo Light's features here, as this shows you what each upgrade provides and your current unlocked abilities. So these are different Eggo Light abilities that can be unlocked as we go through the game. So what I did here is I marked storage, so now if I find those items out in the wild, if I find those items, they're going to be marked with the squares like we were talking about earlier. So I went ahead and changed over to Maggie's event, so that way I'd have this white area on the map showing me where the cave is, the snow cave she was talking about. So we're going to hit up the snow cave now. Now, one thing I hate about the snow cave is the first time you go into it, it's always clear of wildlife. You're not going to run into any wolves or anything. But when you come back here, later there's going to be wolves in it. So this is a good place to get certain stuff. Once you come here the first time to get the stuff you need for the furnace, you're not going to be able to come back here until you can actually like fight wolves. So you really need to work yourself to the point that you get far enough in Wendy's story that you can make wolf repellent. And so it's like, I really want to grab this wire mesh because I need that to fix a possible hole in the roof if the church ends up getting a hole from the storm, but I'm not sure I can really get everything I need right now and also grab the wire mesh. So yeah, gonna grab these seeds, that's for sure. But yeah, like a lot of this stuff I'd really like. Definitely want to grab those bricks if I can. Let's see. This is another van that sometimes changes what's in it. None of this stuff is really important. Might come back for some of it later. That's what I need. I need those items. I like to grab more than one can because one of Kristoff's storage upgrades for Eggo Light requires a can. Oh, somebody's robbing the church. Great. Scavenger. And they stole some canned pasta and some chicken soup. Wonderful. Could have really used those items. Got some jerky. Got me a, what is that? That's a lockpick. A lockpick's a really good item to have. It's good to have lockpicks. There's a lot of locked doors in various different places that you explore. So you need the lockpicks. Okay, so yeah, cinder blocks are super rare, and the thing is there are multiple upgrades that require a cinder block, so I'm going to try and grab that other cinder block. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, I'd really like to get that wire mesh, but I'm really not going to be able to. Because, yeah, I need that scrap metal for another one of the storage upgrades for Chris the robot, so that's necessary. So I've got the furnace components, and I've got an extra can, an extra cinder block, and I have the scrap metal so that I can work on Eggo Light storage upgrades, and that's pretty much the most important stuff here. Like, there's very little chance of me grabbing anything else. Okay, I'm gonna grab some small cans because it's honestly the most small cans I've ever seen in here at one time, and that's a pretty rare item. I don't think you need that much. I honestly probably have more small cans now in my inventory than I'm ever really gonna need, but they are hard to find items, so. Long ropes. Long rope is really hard to find too. I often run into a lot of short rope, but not long rope. Really wish I could take that long rope. At least one. Maybe... Let's see, I'll just eat the jerky. I don't really need the energy pills right now. Okay. Yeah, at least I got one long rope. That'll be helpful. Okay, so that's my first trip into the snow cave. Kind of finished my shopping list there. Got what I needed. Now I'm going to head back to the church. Get Maggie started on that furnace. And then I'll head back into the cold to get some more stuff. Phone is ringing. Blah, 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 blah. Not anybody important. Going to the church. Get me on the church on time. Get me to the church on time. Build your church's defenses to protect from scavengers, time of day, weather, and the amount of food, drink, supplies, and storage all affect your chances of being robbed. Wonderful. Yay. I was robbed. I've been robbed. There's Snape. Let's go bother him. Ding! Ding dong! Maggie, what you got going on, girl? Dilemma. Hey, Jacob. Got some parts laying around on my workbench from all that crafting. Not gonna be fun, but I think I can salvage something from them. What do you think? Salvage away, honey. We got some bolts, a can, cog, a pipe, some screws, a spring, some bolts, can, cog, pipe. Well, that's some good stuff. Not the best stuff, but good stuff. Okay, go ahead and craft that furnace for me, honey. Let's see. Actually, let's look what we got here. Water filter, I got nothing. No metal bucket, no cotton rag, no saucepan. Saucepan? Use rice cooker. Wooden door, safe, wooden bed. Okay, yeah. Furnace. Craft me a furnace. Craft me a furnace, Maggie. Okay, that's that. Maggie's gonna craft us the furnace now, so that I think that finishes part 1. I'm gonna start part 2 here shortly, but for right now I'm gonna take a short break. So thank you for joining me. Have a good day, everyone.